Hi. Hello. Howdy. Welcome back to Let's Play Shin Megami Tensei Personal 4. One of these days I'll stop doing it, but that'll be the day I'm dead. You're worried about Nanako, and what happened in Nabatame's hospital room as well. Snow has begun to fall, and the fog completely envelops the town. What is going to happen? You feel exhausted. It would be best if you went to bed early today. Sleep. I hope you didn't expect any gameplay this segment either. Oh no. Plot City is not over just yet. I do feel like we're through the majority. Actually, we're not. What am I saying? This.
Welcome.
I was going to say we were through the majority of it, but I thought about it for a second. I'm like, no, we still got like a lot of cutscenes. I don't know.
It's been quite some time.
It seems you've been summoned to the Velvet Room.
Do not be alarmed. You are fast asleep in the real world.
Cool.
I have summoned you within your dreams.
Cool again.
Now then, your journey has taken you quite a distance thus far.
I know, we avoided the bad ending and everything.
Do you believe you'll be able to successfully solve this mystery?
I can solve it.
Splendid! The precise destination of this vehicle, that too is getting rather hard to judge. If we continue driving blindly, we may end up leading you further away from the mystery that you must reach. Well, why don't we take a moment to look back on your journey? It was for that purpose that I summoned you here tonight. Margaret?
Voices you've heard many times before echo in your mind. Oh my god.
Really getting it is totally different. I mean, really finding yourself.
Oh my god, didn't we like just do a bit of a like social link cleanup with like everyone talking to us at the very end of last segment? Whatever.
Been trying not to think about it all this time. But I finally feel like I can face reality.
You're the only one who didn't pay attention to the rumors flying around about me. You saw me as I am.
I can't ignore that fact any longer. I need to face the truth head on.
So true to everything I've already heard.
What's right? What you should choose to do in life? The answers to those things lie within you.
I think I need to start being more selfish.
I was scared, but I've learned my lesson now. I won't just try and escape into my own personal time.
We are experiencing the words engraved into your memory during your journey.
Alright, let's go ahead and think this through as much as we need.
I don't even understand why we need to hear from Yosuke. Are we going to hear from Yukiko, Chie, and everyone else too? Like,
if we leave any unanswered questions behind, we'll just be lying to ourselves.
yeah, we heard this. Yeah, I know, we already heard this.
I'll think as hard as I can and try to help.
Like recently too is the thing. At least the other like things we just heard, it could have been like 20 hours ago. But whatever.
Come on, we've accomplished this much together, haven't we?
Right. Together.
And it seems you have comrades with you as well. Those heading in the same direction through this dense fog.
It seems that the car has stopped moving.
We'll be parked for the moment while I confirm our current heading.
I know I probably already said this, but I still remember like one of my boyfriend's first reactions when he started playing Persona 4 Golden was being immediately disappointed at the Velvet Room in this game because it's so much less visually striking, I would say, than the elevator in 3. I don't even necessarily dislike the way the Velvet Room looks in this game, but then like the narrative significance of it, like I feel like an elevator may be a bit obvious, but at least it kind of has some like narrative weight. Whereas like you're just in a limousine just because, well, you're driving through the fog. Like, okay, whatever.
As I mentioned previously, this year will signal a great change in your life. Though there isn't much time left, it can be worth your while to take the time to stop and reflect.
People are like water flowing in a river. There is only one stream, but all who pass through it are affected differently.
What the fuck does that mean? What? I don't remember a line like this in the game. What the fuck does that mean? Okay, whatever.
Some travel fast. Some change their course, experiencing countless events as they travel down the river of time.
This analogy is really, like, you're losing grasp on it, I think, Margaret. It's getting away from you.
Just so. The state of this room reflects the scenery of your heart.
Blue?
Perhaps this may be a time for contemplation rather than action.
You can hear something in the distance. It seems that you've been sleeping until now. You hear the doorbell ringing. Someone seems to be at the door. My God, chill out. Of course it's you.
Teddy's missing. I looked all over the neighborhood, but I couldn't find him anywhere.
This is my way of, like, saying I don't care.
I hope so.
Honestly, like, what does Teddy even do for us? Come on.
Rise and the others are checking inside the TV to see if he's gone back to the other side. We're meeting pretty soon, so will you come with me to Jeunesse?
Where could Teddy have gone? In any case, you decide to go look for him. This shit would hit so hard if I actually gave a fuck about Teddy. Actually, it probably still wouldn't. Whatever.
It's no use, man. We can't find him.
No luck for me either. I didn't sense anything over there. The fog's so dense it might be affecting my readings. I wish I could do better. I'm sorry.
Ted. Don't tell me he really went back to his world this time.
I hope so.
We told him over and over that he could stay here.
You recall the mysterious dream you had last night. This may be a time for contemplation rather than action. That is what Igor said, but... let's think about this.
I guess that's all we can do right now. He plays dumb a lot, but he's attached to us deep down. He wouldn't disappear without saying anything, right?
I'm worried for Teddy myself, but let's trust in him and await his return. Right now we must concentrate on the case.
You know, that reminds me, I completely failed to mention that Teddy never comes back if you get the bad ending. I guess there's at least a little bit more room for that one to make sense, because if Nanako never revives, well, whatever. It's whatever. The bad ending is very hastily thrown together, in my opinion, and not very interesting to actually witness. Whereas there is a deep sense of, like, dramatic irony and sadness pervading the bad ending in Persona 3. Although, debatably, it's not even a bad ending so much as just the alternate. Okay, whatever.
It won't be long before Namatame is transferred to another location. We must hurry, or we will miss our only chance to get his perspective on this.
You know, I've been thinking about the case since, but something just doesn't seem right.
Let's quickly review the facts. Of all the victims, only 2 were killed. Miss Yamano the announcer, and Saki-san. From the documents we found in the car, we know Namatame had some sort of dealings with them. After that, there were multiple attempted murders in which we were targeted. It was only when he took Nanako-chan that we caught him in the act, identifying his modus operandi in the process.
When I hear you put it like that, sounds like the dude's guilty.
As a result of Namatame's arrest, the police admitted that Mitsuo Kubo was a mere copycat killer.
Back up to yesterday. Remember when you said Namatame didn't have a motive to kill the announcer? That's what's bothering me.
Right. Either he's completely nuts, or we're misunderstanding something.
You lost me.
She's trying to say that if Namatame is sane, then there may be facts in the case we don't know about yet. Sane or insane? Sounds like a play I saw before.
When he talks about saving people, what does that actually mean? I don't think there's any doubt that it includes kidnapping people and throwing them into the TV.
Could he mean saving them through death? He did call himself a savior, and said that the other side is a wonderful world.
So they'll be saved if they die? What a bunch of crap! The bastard should have gone and saved himself!
Sorry, just the way he said saved. Whatever.
What do you think, Senpai?
I would have laughed. There's something else.
If you think about it normally, it's gotta be him. But there ain't nothing normal about that world anyways.
There's something I've been wondering about for a while. When we first encountered him, he said, "You're the ones I saved. Don't worry, I'll save this girl too." So, if he saves people by killing them, did he save us too? Wouldn't he actually have failed to save us?
You raise a good point. If he thinks that salvation comes only through death, his words to us make no sense.
Hooray! They finally pointed out something very obvious that I've been trying to avoid commenting I can't talk. Commenting on. Yeah, this is something very obvious that I feel like a lot of first-time players should pick up on this, but I guess it's not a given. To be blunt, I already knew the twist of like most, if not everything, about this game before playing it, so I can't give an honest appraisal of how obvious X, Y, and Z twists are. Although I do feel like the actual killer is extremely obvious, but that's just me. Anyways, let's get through this shit.
And another thing, the Namatame who appeared on the Midnight Channel said he failed to save Nanako-chan.
Oh, we're actually like listening to what that thing said. I thought we were just like, I thought no one was using their brains.
Well, maybe he really was trying to save the victims by putting them inside the TV. Come on, don't get all quiet like that. You guys know I just say the first dumb thing that pops into my head.
The possibility that he truly
Man,
intended to save us.
I really do like Chie's voice actress. I hope she's doing alright. Because she's clearly troubled for not wanting to be in Golden. I don't know.
But he's still the one who threw in Saki-senpai and that announcer, right? Sure, we haven't nailed down his motives, but that doesn't change the fact that he killed them. Or what? You think someone else was involved? What makes you think so?
Honestly, if Chie wasn't so bad, I would probably I could probably talk myself into using Chie over Naoto. I mean, I like Naoto, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm obviously never dropping Kanchi. And then Yukiko, I feel like every playthrough I like Yukiko slightly more. And this playthrough, I feel like it's I can't get rid of Yukiko. She's so autistic. And then Naoto, it's I feel like every playthrough I like Naoto slightly less. I don't know, I still like Naoto, but I do kind of like Chie more, I think, gun to the head. Because I feel like Chie's actually a character sometimes. And Naoto sometimes just is not. You know what I mean? Whatever. The possibility of a culprit besides Namatame. Could there be something that proves this possibility? The warning letter.
Warning letter? Oh yeah! Whatever happened to that thing?
If Namatame's the killer, he must have been the one who wrote it, right?
Let's review them.
You recall that the first warning letter said, "Don't rescue anymore." And the second one said, "If you don't stop this time, someone close will be put in and killed."
Yes, that's right.
Isn't that kind of odd? Would someone who thinks he's saving people by killing them write stuff like, "Don't rescue or kill"?
Hey, another thing first-time players are very likely to pick up on immediately. But yeah.
Yeah, and the "will be put in and killed" part doesn't make sense either. If the killer was writing it, wouldn't it be more like "I'll put in and kill"?
Hey, could this mean...
Namatame wrote it wrong. Namatame didn't write it.
Yeah. It's almost like someone else wrote this letter.
But only the killer would write such a letter and deliver it to Dojima-san's house, right? If someone else wrote it, that could only mean...
Dear God. Since this is such an unusual case, I was absolutely convinced that other than the Kubo incident, there was one culprit.
So Namatame really was trying to save his victims?
Everything is exactly the opposite of what it first seemed. In Namatame's parlance, failing would have been the first two cases when the victims died. If he had used his method twice and failed both times, he would hardly have continued using the TV. And yet he did. It all seems to suggest that someone else wrote this warning letter while observing the entire case.
Someone else? Then, it wasn't Namatame that killed Saki-senpai and the announcer?
We can't say for certain yet. We urgently need to speak with Namatame face to face.
You all work together to take another step toward the truth. I completely forgot to comment on it, but hooray, new social link. I don't care. Sorry. The Seekers of Truth social link has reached the... Why am I reading this, actually?
How though? After what happened yesterday, they said they're gonna tighten security.
I have a plan. But there's no time to waste. Let's hurry to the hospital.
Hey, this place is off limits.
I'm a consultant with the police. I'd like a few words with Namatame-san. May I go in?
This is Unit 252, requesting confirmation on an ID. Name of Naoto Shirogane.
Huh?
Ah, understood. I see. Well, you're on the list. I can give you a few minutes, but I'll have to record your conversation with him for security purposes. Not that I expect you'll get anything coherent out of the guy. He's been spouting nothing but gibberish.
I'd like him to accompany me as well. He has no identification, but this is an emergency situation, and he's here in Detective Dojima's stead.
So there's like absolutely no way where this should fly. I actually... this annoys me way more than it should, because it's just... this absolutely should not be allowed. Like, it should just be the cutscene of Naoto talking to Namatame, and then Naoto relates that to everyone. But, of course, because the main character is you, and you're the fucking center of the universe in Persona games now. It's just... would it have really been so bad and difficult to just have Naoto, like, listen by himself? Whatever.
Huh? Detective Dojima sent him? I wasn't informed of this.
I'll vouch for his identity.
Well, I guess it's better than dealing with the man himself. We have our hands full with the transport procedures, so the last thing we need is Detective Dojima running wild. Detective Adachi is busy somewhere too. This is Unit 252. Huh? I see.
Has something happened?
Something about a suspicious object out in the lobby.
Well then, this works out nicely. You should back up your colleagues downstairs. We'll keep watch over Namatame-san. A disturbance in a hospital lobby, after all. It sounds serious.
If anything happens, hit the nurse call button. I'll leave the rest to you.
Understood. Please be careful. I knew they were undermanned, but I didn't expect it to go this smoothly.
Yeah, pigs are useless and bad at their jobs.
Wow.
There's nothing much inside that suspicious object, so he won't be gone long.
All right. And now's our chance to talk to Namatame.
So everything I said about the main character should not be allowed in should go double for everyone coming in. Honestly, like, why did they even have all that hubbub about like, oh, he's going in Dojima's stead? It's just like, if they were gonna sneak in everyone else.
There's something we'd like to ask you.
It's not a huge deal, obviously. This is a very minor nitpick, but like, just pacing wise, wouldn't that cutscene have been better if it was just Naoto talking his way in, and then everyone else snuck in because of the like disturbance being a distraction? Whatever. Also, I've noticed that my audio has been a little quiet lately, like microphone audio, so I'm trying to speak a little bit louder. Hopefully that's not going to be a bitch to edit. Hopefully it's not even, like, noticeable insofar as, like, it doesn't even come off like I'm making a concerted effort. And, like, it'll just naturally sound louder and more parsable. But I've tried minimizing the game's audio a bit more to adjust for that. Because I figure, like, if it's balanced, at least that way it can, like... Or, like, relatively balanced. Like, you know, the ratio is right, so that way I can still be heard decently well over the game. Then at that point, people can adjust their audio, but whatever.
It's tempting to think that you were the culprit behind this entire case. And to be honest, there are many in this town who hope you are. But we are here to learn the truth. So please, answer our questions.
Huh?
It seems that he understands what you're saying. What should you ask him? Who'd you throw in first?
Huh? Me?
What should you ask him? Did you kill those two girls?
They were killed. I couldn't save them.
What should you ask him? Is saving killing people?
No. If nobody saves them, they'll be killed. That's why I put them in there.
Then tell me if my estimation is correct so far. After discovering the Yamano and Konishi incidents, you realized an appearance on the Midnight Channel meant certain death. Thus, to save her from that fate, you kidnapped Yukiko Amagi. You couldn't let her be killed, so you threw her into the TV, preventing the killer in this world from reaching her. And you repeated the process, as more individuals appeared on the Midnight Channel. It all falls into place. His body is weak, but his mind is sound. He's trying to tell us the truth.
Yeah, but if the stuff he's saying is true...
There's another killer who murdered the first two victims?
Indulge us in a few more questions.
What should you ask him? Who killed the first two?
I have no idea. I want to know that too.
What should you ask him? Why the warning letters?
What are you talking about?
What should you ask him? Why did you enter the TV?
I didn't know. I never thought it would be that kind of place.
As I thought.
You believe me? Did they find him? Did they find the one who did such cruel things? Mayumi.
Please calm down. Our ability to find the culprit rests on you. We know about the other world. In fact, we're the only ones who can fully understand what you have to say.
Only you?
We did blame you for everything at first. But now I think we can accept whatever you got to tell us as truth.
Please. Tell us everything you can, calmly and slowly.
You're willing to listen? Do my story?
You know, maybe it's just because I've been rewatching Futurama, but Namatame kind of sounds like Kif.
All right. Soon after my affair with Mayumi became common knowledge,
Reminiscing Namatame.
I returned to my parents' home, as if to run away from the scandal. And I started drinking heavily to drown my anxieties. I hadn't been able to reach Mayumi at all, and that didn't help either. Mayumi, where are you? She'd been disgraced on all the afternoon shows, and forced to resign from the program she was on. I caused her so much trouble. I wanted to at least apologize to her, but I couldn't even do that. I lost the will and energy to do anything. Then, one day, the rumor I heard some time ago came back to me. Since I had nothing better to do, I sat down blankly in front of the TV and watched my own reflection. And all of a sudden, there was Mayumi. Mayumi? Is that you? The Mayumi inside the TV looked as if she was calling to me for help. Mayumi? Mayumi! When I reached out unthinkingly to touch her, my arm disappeared into the TV, as if I had dipped it into a pool of water. I was so shocked that I lost my balance and nearly fell face first into the TV. I was so scared. I couldn't understand what just happened. I thought maybe I'd gone insane.
By the way, there is a part of the story that he's omitting, consciously or not. Probably not consciously, so I'm not going to say, like, oh, bad writing.
In the end, I decided to think of it as just a dream, and I went back to the city the next day after finishing work. The next afternoon when I got to work, I was fired on the spot, as I expected. That wasn't what broke me, though. It was Mayumi, being found dead. And not just that, but it had happened in my hometown.
Namatame is casting his eyes downward painfully.
I was dumbstruck. But later on, I remember the image of Mayumi I'd seen that night.
You know, it just occurred to me, it's been so long since Namatame was introduced that I don't remember if I've mentioned the fact that I talked to him occasionally when he appeared in the overworld, because he does, like, before the events of October, he does just randomly appear throughout the year, like, going, oh, Mayumi, blah, 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 you know, like, just as an NPC, and then it's weird because he has the portrait, so, like, if you're playing this game for the first time, you see that guy, it's like, what the fuck is this, like, random NPC doing with a portrait? Kind of funny. Also, I'm going to try splitting the segment now. I want you to know, Camtasia, if you can hear me, that threat of replacing you still applies to this segment. Anyways.
Was it not a dream? Could it really have been an SOS from Mayumi? I hadn't touched another TV because the first time was so terrifying, but I decided to try it again, and I confirmed that none of it was a dream. So that image, was it something Mayumi showed me, calling for help? That's how I felt.
And eventually, you learned of the Midnight Channel.
I remembered that when Mayumi was alive, she was chasing a rumor about some bizarre TV program. I'd heard about it before, but I thought it was just an urban legend. But then Mayumi appeared on it, and later turned up dead. The more I thought about it, the harder it became to believe that the two events were unrelated. Soon after that, I came back to Inaba to answer the police's questions. I'd lost my job, and I wanted to know the truth of Mayumi's death for myself. Then, on another rainy night, someone else appeared on the Midnight Channel. It was a girl. She looked like she was calling for help, just like Mayumi. The first thing that came into my mind was, maybe this girl will be the next to die.
And that was Saki-senpai.
I'd been following all the news about Mayumi, so I noticed right away that she was the girl who found Mayumi's body. And if my hunch was right, she'd be the next victim. I didn't want her to die the way Mayumi did. So I desperately kept watching. I was consumed with the idea of rescuing her. Then, little by little, her image on the screen came into sharper focus.
It became sharper?
How did you find out it was her?
After I came back, my father couldn't bear to see me in such low spirits, and gave me a job with the family business. I met that girl when I delivered a package to the liquor store. After agonizing over it, I decided to meet her, and told her to be careful. But that same night, on the TV, she looked as if she was being engulfed by some black shape. She was writhing in pain. That's why I warned her. Why won't she pick up the phone? Come on! Please!
He has her phone number? Whatever. It's probably just like the family house phone or whatever, and there's like a yellow books or, you know, the Kunishi liquor phone numbers available.
The next day, they found her dead. I knew she was gonna be murdered, but I couldn't save her. I blamed myself, thinking there must have been something I could have done. There was no one who depended on me. Nobody at work, not even my wife. Mayumi was the only one who accepted me for who I was. But she was murdered, and the same person killed another girl. I was beside myself. I couldn't forgive myself for doing nothing.
You really did love Miss Yamano.
Really, chick.
Yes. From the bottom of my heart.
We just realized that. Whatever. Sorry.
Before I was married, my wife made it big in show business. I was happy for her, but it put a strain on our relationship.
I think I can kind of relate.
It was around that time when I met Mayumi. She was interviewing our candidate for the next election. She was a big-name announcer, but she only worked with local stations, and her attitude towards work was similar to mine. We both came from Inaba, so she was easy to talk to. I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't help getting intimate with her. She gave meaning to my life. Soon after Saki-san was found dead, yet another girl appeared on TV. That was you. She'll be kidnapped next. And murdered. I can't let her end up like Mayumi and that other girl. This time, I'm gonna do something. My opponent was a murderer who left no clues to his identity. I thought hard about what I could do to protect her from someone like that. I'll never convince her. If she gets suspicious and they arrest me, we'll save her then. The girl inside the TV looked as if she was smiling at me. And that's when it hit me. I apparently had the power to go through the TV screen to the other side. Then, what if I put her into the TV and give her shelter there before the killer gets her? What are you trying to tell me? That it's safe over there? Is that it?
Okay.
The girl inside the TV seemed to smile at me again. And I thought, no matter what kind of place it might be, it's better than being slaughtered. Once things calmed down, I could just let her out again. If she's inside the TV, there's no way they can find her. It felt as if everything was starting to come together in my mind. Could it be that Mayumi gave me that power to prevent any more victims from meeting her fate? Was it my mission to save people? But there was a big problem. If I explained the situation to the victim, they wouldn't understand. I had already tried that and failed miserably. It seemed the only thing I could do was to take them away. If that was my mission, I'd just have to do it. Or so I thought. Mayumi, please lend me your strength.
We're still sitting here through cutscenes. I'm not trying to like be annoying. It's just cutscene city.
So, since you thought people who appeared on the Midnight Channel would be killed, you kidnapped us in order to save us.
Mission? Give me a break. You never stopped and wondered about any of this?
I thought I was the only one who could help them. I did call the police, but they didn't believe me. I knew the area well, thanks to my job. I had a large truck, and I could move around without suspicion. I thought my job as a delivery man would be the perfect cover for my mission. I thought no one else could do it. But are you telling me that I wasn't saving them?
If a person is still within the TV world when the fog appears here, they will die. Beginning with Yukiko-san, the people you thought you had been saving were, in fact, in mortal peril. It was my friends here who really saved us all.
I had a feeling that was it. When I went after that little girl and entered the TV myself, for the first time, I had some doubts about myself.
You refer to Nanako-chan, correct?
The police were after me, so I had to get away. But I still felt I needed to do everything I could to save that poor little girl. That's why I went in after her. But the TV world was completely different than I imagined. Such an abominable, grotesque place.
It is kind of funny he said that. Because, like, of all the dungeons he could have got, he got Heaven. Which is honestly the most, like, visually, like, aesthetically clean dungeon he could have gotten. But whatever. I mean, it does have monsters in it, don't get me wrong. But whatever.
I knew that the three of you who I saved went back to your normal lives, so I didn't realize how terrible that world was. I never knew. You couldn't even get out of that place on your own. I thought I was going insane. And probably did. And you know the rest. When I came to, I was lying in a hospital bed.
You really were trying to save people.
but I ended up doing just the opposite. What a fool. I always wanted to enter the world of politics and become useful to society. But after losing my job and the woman I loved, all I had left was this power. I convinced myself that world was some sort of sanctuary, and I secretly believed myself to be a hero. I never doubted what I saw on TV, and believed everything was as I wanted it to be. I didn't think for myself at all. That's why I couldn't protect them. I'm to blame for all of this.
What's done is done.
I suppose so. But the things I've done are too serious to be brushed aside like that. I have no intentions of running away from my crimes. I'm prepared to face the consequences. Kidnapping is already a serious crime. And on top of that, I put all those lives in danger. I'm sorry.
The Midnight Channel and the other world, you can hardly be blamed for failing to understand them properly. We must apologize to you as well. Had we let our emotions blind us to the truth, we would have piled all the responsibility on you.
I guess from your point of view, people did stop dying once you started saving people. The more you did it, the more you really believed you were preventing their deaths.
I'm such a joke. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little tired.
What are you all crammed in here for?
My apologies. We'll be leaving now.
Wait. I beg you, please, find whoever's behind this. You children are the only ones who know about that world.
That's our plan. Sorry, just not really much to say, just...
It's all clear now. He never committed any murders.
Just have to say shit with a dumb little Star Fox 64-esque voice.
It was another party who threw the first two victims into the TV.
You've taken another step toward the truth. Yippee! I love free rank-up points. Yes, I do.
Now get out of here! I told you, he's almost ready to be transported. We can't have anything else happen. Sheesh. I better not see you rascals here again.
Nanako-chan looks like she's in pain. She's fighting for dear life.
This was the last place we saw Teddy, right? He was so worried about her.
How can he flake out like this when we have to find the real killer?
Well, he wouldn't have been any fucking help, Conchi, so...
The police consider the matter closed. We'll have to do all the investigation from here on out. Let's revisit Saki-san and Miss Yamano's incidents, and see if we can turn up fresh details.
But it's been over 6 months. Wouldn't the trail be cold by now?
I know, but we can't give up. We're the only ones who understand what's really going on. And you never know. People might remember some things now because they've had so much time to think about it. Let's split up and talk to people all over town tomorrow. We'll meet up in the evening to discuss our findings.
I hope we can find out something about Teddy, too.
Tomorrow, you'll all be going out to talk to people in town. Will this finally help uncover the information that'll lead you to the true culprit? You decide to go home early today and get some rest. Ah, Jesus. No, I can't fish! Whatever. I'm not stopping, obviously, but I do want to drop a save just so that way I don't have to... I don't know. I am unironically getting tired. It's not even that late, I'm just bored. Whatever. You should go to bed early to prepare for tomorrow's investigation. Is there actually an investigation? The fact that they keep saying it makes me think that I just, like, memory hold it. I really hope not. I don't want to have to Google what to do. Today is the last day the school was founded, so you have the day... Or no, today is the day the school was founded, jeez. So you have the day off from school. You need to investigate the town. You wonder if you'll be able to gather... Okay, whatever. Yep, I actually have to fucking investigate. Awesome. Well, let me just Google real quickly what the fucking requirements are. Ah, man. I really just want to, like... I just want to get this shit done. Let's see. Golden Guide. Sure, Golden should be about the same. I started the San Miguel River, or the floodplain, because we gotta feed the fucking cat. Again, I just, like, numerically will not have enough days to do this, but I'm gonna try anyways. I guess for shits and giggles, let me see if the old man's trading anything worth using. Probably not, honestly. Oh, he's not even here. Well. That reminds me, didn't I have... I still have quests to turn in, don't I? Sorry, this is the weirdest time to remember, but... Oh, no, I don't. Never mind. It was just the cat. I thought I had, like, the twin quest to do here, but I must have done that and forgot. Wow, my memory really is going. Dementia, here we come. Okay, so... Talk to the shopping women in Shopping District North. Hooray. I'm sure I'm overstating how bad these investigation sections are, but God, I do not want to fucking do them manually. Like, I don't want to have to figure them out on my own. I've never, ever, ever done that. I've always just looked up the fucking investigation results or guide or whatever. Oh, you have a question for me about those murders? Namatame-san, I recall it does frighten me. I don't recall seeing any other strange people, so I'm sure he's the culprit. Okay. Okay, whatever. Ask the female student at Juness if she recalls anyone suspicious. Excuse me, Junes. Can I help you about those murders? I don't remember anything from that. Okay, whatever. Recall anyone suspicious? Suspicious person. My friend's saying she was... okay, whatever. Ask the female student near the bookstore in Shopping District South. Especially the fact that there's no music for this one whatsoever. Like, that really makes me want to not fucking bother with it, you know? It's not you, is it? Is it you? Huh? Someone told you I saw a suspicious person? Oh, that. You remember Saki Konishi? She blah 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 blah. His relation to Saki was a good... Okay, she must be referring to blah blah. What? Okay. Talk to everyone about... Oh my god, really? Now I just have to talk to everyone anyways? Oh my god. Okay, well, so much for that. I'm just gonna... the guide is telling me I have to talk to everyone and ask them everything anyways, so... Let's get this shit over with. Rare combo. I should have done this sooner. Well... Anyone else having fun? I mean, I would read what they have to say, but I promise you it is not important enough. Come on, who else is here? Thrilling gameplay. I'm gonna go back to GNES and ask that girl one more time just to cover all my bases, because I'm pretty sure I asked her both prompts, but doesn't hurt. Yeah, okay. I was pretty sure I did, but again, I want to save us some fucking time here. Oh, okay. Is there anyone else? Okay. Okay. So, chunks, huh? Yay, finally. Christ, this was dull. Well, unfortunately, we still have quite a shitload of cutscenes left. Chinese diner Aya. You met up with your friends after you finished gathering information.
I'm seriously pooped. This stuff's a lot harder when you don't have a badge to flash. I walked around all day and didn't hear anything good.
It was the same for me. There was absolutely no talk about the case whatsoever, let alone the true culprit.
Ditto for me. Actually, in my case, I kept getting bombarded with questions and couldn't get them onto the main subject at all. The killer must be pretty good to have pulled this off without being seen by anyone in this small town.
What should we do?
Well, one steak bowl, please.
That's not what I meant. But then again, I guess we might as well take a break. I'll have a crab and egg fried rice.
I'll have roast pork ramen with extra noodles.
Y'all finished eating the dishes that you ordered. I gotta admit, those dishes sounded good. I'm kind of hungry. Oh well.
Now that our tummies are full, let's share what we learned, even if it wasn't much. So, to sum up, there really was no new information. The end?
The police had an unusually large number of officers in their initial investigation of the first two incidents. To find facts that even they overlooked would be difficult indeed, now that over half a year has passed. There wasn't a single report of suspicious persons being witnessed to begin with. Miss Yamano had ardent fans, whereas Saki-san didn't, but otherwise the conditions are the same.
You know, every time I tried to ask about the case, everyone ignored me and kept ranting about the damn fog.
Yeah, that or the Midnight Channel. I asked around about Teddy too, but no one's seen him. Gee, I wonder where he could have gone.
Do you have anything, Naoto? Any new, deductions?
Without any new data to work with, there isn't much I can do. But there must be someone in town who meets all the criteria for this case. The killer must have a connection to both Saki-san and Miss Yamano, as well as be in a position to observe our actions periodically to some extent. Finally, it must be someone who could approach Senpai's house without arousing suspicion. I need some fresh air before I give it more thought. I'll be outside.
Just sitting here won't help you think any better. You decide to go outside to get some fresh air.
It's snowing. No wonder it's chilly.
Good catch, Sherlock.
It's freezing out here. Maybe this will help clear my head and get my deductive muscles flexing. Hey, is it snowing? Too bad the fog's so thick. The snow just gets lost in it.
There must be something that's been overlooked. It's urgent that you get over the roadblock facing you. The clues you need must already be in your hands.
What's the matter?
You should go over everything you know one more time. The culprit had some sort of connection with both Mayumi Yamano and Saki Konishi. And judging by the warning letters, the culprit most likely knows about the other side and what you did there. It's highly likely that they also knew what Namatame was doing and stood back to watch. Who would know all these things? Knowing the actual fucking culprit, these, like, prods in the right direction are just terribly useless. The actual culprit, like, you have to do some logical leaps to actually, like, narrow it down to them, in my opinion. Another oddity about the case is that there were almost no witnesses. Both warning letters seem to have been delivered directly to your house, but no one saw anyone suspicious. No one unusual was seen around Mayumi Yamano or Saki Konishi either. Despite the police dispatching an unusually high number of officers to perform a thorough investigation, someone in this small town who fits all the facts. The person who seems to be the most likely culprit is... splitting the segment. Alright, let's just get right to it. No bullshitting. The killer is Yosuke Hanamura. But your companions didn't gain their ability to enter the TV until after the murder of Mayumi Yamano. Their alibis are airtight. More than that, however, they are your friends who helped you reach this far in the mystery. You see no real reason to consider them suspects. You should rethink this. The person who seems to be the most likely culprit is, obviously, Teddy. You can't entirely rule it out, but the odds are very low when you consider all the information. More than anything else, he is your friend who helped you reach this far in the mystery. You see no real reason to consider him a suspect. You should carefully rethink this one last time. Okay, so the person who seems the most likely culprit is... So, let's discuss. I'm going to go through every page, and I want you, the viewer who has never played this game and does not know the killer already, I want you to look at this cast of characters that we would know. And I want you to genuinely tell me who you think it is. Of course, everyone already knows who it is, but let's just go through all the options. Think once again. Okay, so I'm going to explain my thought process for why this is obvious. Last warning, if you want to do a stupid little, like guess as to who the killer is. I'll give you 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. So anyways, everyone knows it's Adachi. So I don't like this as the reveal because unironically you can eliminate almost all the possible choices just by virtue of the fact that they are either optional social link encounters or party members. Or just entirely, like, irrelevant characters like Mitsuo. You know? Like, Mitsuo is an option. Fucking, the wife of Namatame, Hiragi, was an option. Even though, like, 70 hours ago, we were already told she had an airtight alibi. Like, they give you, like, basically no valid options except Adachi. I'm moving the cursor just to avoid any potential audio desync. For whatever reason, I think that does help. I don't know, man. Dealing with Camtasia is like dealing with, like, an astrologist. Like, I'm just fucking around. Anyways, I don't like that it's Adachi, that you have to reason it out this way, because the main, like... I would say the main way you're supposed to guess it's Adachi is that policemen don't stand out. So therefore, Adachi could have given the letter. He could have, been the person to kill Miss Yamano and Kenichi, in spite of the fact that them going missing on his own, like... I feel like policemen are actually more noticeable than this game is implying. It's also just kind of like not a very interesting reveal that it was secretly Adachi the whole time for several reasons. I don't really know if I have time or patience to go into all of it. I don't dislike that the game makes you like finger a suspect. Unfortunately, I just don't think it's a very good fingering portion. Yeah, I said fingering portion. What about it? Like, realistically, like, who would you suspect? Nanako? The options are so few and far between. We've already thoroughly eliminated Namatame as an option. You know what I mean? Like, realistically, who else is there left to suspect? I think tellingly, maybe this is more tattling on myself for how lame I am, but because I've loved Persona 3 so much, I've gotten both my ex-girlfriend and my current boyfriend into them. Like, I've told them that they're, like, I recommend that they play it because they were both gamers, and they both played it and they both loved it. So naturally, that led them to wanting to play Persona 4, and I shit you not, both of them, with me really trying to avoid spoiling them. I actually really went out of my way to spoil them. At least in my current boyfriend's case, I probably was a lot more lackadaisical about it with my ex, because I think she immediately picked up on it, and I kind of didn't really like have a good way to fight against it because she was very insistent, and I was just kind of like, I think it's kind of obvious, but I won't tell you who it is, But at the same time, like, if she immediately got it, like, just based on his behavior, I feel like it's not hard to guess. But yeah, they both immediately knew it was Adachi. Like, I guess to be fair, my boyfriend maybe didn't immediately know. I don't remember exactly when he found out. But I know he was almost like, certainly by like Risei's dungeon, being like, okay, so it's Adachi, isn't it? Like, and I think that's also part of the problem, is that if the killer reveal is not particularly hard to guess, I would really hope that because the game was dragging us along for this fucking length of time, to really drag its feet in revealing that it's Adachi, that he as a character would be more compelling and interesting, or at least like have more going on. And obviously I won't speak to that quite yet, but I've already spoiled the lead. I don't like Adachi. I think he's a very, very boring villain for what the game does with him. But I'll stop beating around the bush. It's Haru, it's Adachi. Of course, if you only look at the circumstances, you can't completely rule out that possibility. That's also another thing that's a little annoying, is that there's really no smoking gun for Adachi to be the culprit. Whereas in other like guess the culprit scenarios, usually it's like, okay, they are the only one without an alibi for this time frame, or they said X and only the killer would know X or something. But with Adachi, it's really just circumstantial, and like it can't be anyone else. It's very meta logic is what you have to use, in my opinion. Again, I'll never know if I would have guessed this immediately, but I'm more inclined to think I would have. But last thing I want to mention before I go like on with the story is allegedly the writers of this game wanted to make Yukiko or Yosuke. I know for sure they wanted Yukiko. They might have also tried to pitch Yosuke as the killer. But then they were talked out of it because apparently, like, I don't remember who exactly at Atlas told them not to do it, or if it was like an internal debate. But it was eventually agreed upon that, like, having a party member be the secret killer would really alienate a lot of people who gotten attached to them, and or potentially be a gameplay consideration. So that was also part of why I knew you could immediately rule out party members. It was kind of nice that Persona 5... Well, actually, you know what? Whatever. Whatever. For anyone who hasn't played Persona 5 yet, if you haven't played it, you don't know what I was implying. Anyone who does knows what I was about to say, but whatever. I'm never gonna fucking play that game at this rate, and I would rather not. Let's move on. Adachi may have been able to keep an eye on your actions. He would have been able to approach your house with ease, and he knows the area well. Thinking about it, you encountered him many times while investigating the case. You learned much about the police's movements from Adachi as well. There is no exact reason to doubt him, but something is bothering you. You spoke Adachi's name.
Huh? What about him?
Detective Adachi. A member of the police force. That is an interesting approach.
Oh, by the way, I should mention, if you get 3 guesses wrong in a row, the game just boots you to the bad ending, I'm pretty sure. So
It would certainly explain the lack of witness reports. It's the same reason no one ever reported seeing Namatame's truck.
This is a small town, so everyone must have known who he is. And since he's a detective, people definitely wouldn't have thought of him as being suspicious.
In fact, he could use his position to his advantage and hide critical information.
Huh. Well, if you think of it that way, I guess it's possible. But we're talking about Adachi here, right? I mean, really? Adachi? He's your textbook lousy detective. Are we really on the right track here?
Actually, regarding Detective Adachi, I'm not sure how to put it, but there's something that's been bothering me about him for some time now.
This type of thing annoys the shit out of me. It's like, why didn't you say it sooner, dude?
Yeah?
Perhaps it's just my imagination, so I shouldn't speak too...
It's cold. I think we've cooled down enough here. Let's go back in.
Adachi-san? That can't be. I mean, he said he came to escort Ms. Yamano and...
What? Was he at your inn when the announcer was staying there?
When Miss Yamano was staying at our inn, the media were swarming all over it. That's when Adachi-san arrived, saying he'd been assigned to guard her. He told our waitress that fame could be rough.
Guard her? He didn't spend the night there?
Huh. I wonder if he knew Ms. Yamano.
I don't know about that, but I heard he did call out to a girl in my class. I found out this afternoon, but I thought, you know, that's just how cops are. So I didn't think it had anything to do with the case.
Detective Adachi also questioned Saki-san, the one who found the announcer's body, on numerous occasions. I heard it was because there was so little information about the case at the time, but it's certainly unusual to question someone with as strong an alibi as hers multiple times.
Then you think he had something else on his mind?
And that something is what connects those 2 victims to Adachi-san? Come to think of it, we've been running into that guy a lot, in all sorts of places. And every time he'd tell us what the police were doing before saying, "Oops, I said too much," and clamming up. Was that all to throw us off the trail?
It would be no problem for him to drop that warning letter into your mailbox either. Not to mention the fact that he can destroy any evidence that might point to him.
I was gonna mention something about Golden, but I think I'll mention it a little bit later. Probably next segment, honestly. I'm actually thinking next time I can save, I'm gonna stop the segment, because we still have a fuck ton of cutscenes, and honestly, I don't think I'm going to get them all done before the next hour's up, so... I forgot to read that, whatever.
And is it really Adachi-san?
Maybe we're imagining this.
This is still only a tentative theory. We should work to confirm it as soon as possible. This is Naoto Shirogane. Something has occurred to me about the case, and I'd like to get Detective Adachi's input on it. Huh? The transport? It's right now? Right, I see. Thank you. What
was that about a transport?
Detective Adachi is headed to the hospital to prepare for
Shit.
Namatame's relocation.
I was actually wondering if this was gonna happen tomorrow. God damn it.
We must head there at once.
Things are moving quickly now. You feel that you were getting closer to the truth. Also, I don't know why it's so urgent that we talk to Adachi, but whatever. Unfortunately, I know I'm not going to be able to save now, so... Alright, well, I guess my ass is planted down for the next 45 minutes. Whatever.
Huh? What are you guys doing here? Hey, do you know where Dojima-san went? They told me he snuck out of his room again.
I assure you, we've made it clear to him several times that he needs to stay put, but he keeps going off on his own.
Jeez, with Namatame finally relocated, I was looking forward to going home.
So, he's been relocated. I've been wondering. You seem to be in a terrible hurry to get him out of this hospital.
Naoto, why are you talking in, like, the I'm obviously suspecting you of something voice?
Huh? Oh, well, yeah. I mean, we can't leave him here with Dojima-san and Nanako-chan around.
Okay, like, genuinely, yeah. Considering Dojima tried to murder him, like, 2 days ago.
Didn't you guys think so too? Hey, what are you doing here anyway? Nanako-chan's room is in the other wing. Don't you think you should leave before Dojima-san finds you? If he catches you, he'll start pestering you again.
Adachi, where's Namatame? There's been a lot of noise today for some reason.
Dojima-san, what are you doing here? Namatame's already been relocated. I was looking for you so I could tell you that.
You did what? Who authorized that? There's still more I need to ask him about.
Genuinely, like, it would be such an ethical violation to let you in the same room as him right now. Also, holy fuck, is Dojima balding? I think it's just his sprite looking weird, but holy shit, I just noticed how fucking receded his hairline is. I think it's more that he just has like a 5 head, but holy fuck. Like, look at this shit. Like, look at this. This is like... bleh. This is like... What the fuck is... am I crazy? I feel like his hairline is super receded. Okay, whatever.
Give me a break, Dojima-san.
Those first 2 murders have been bothering me. His motives are shaky and his alibi is rock solid. We closed a lot of loopholes on the basis of his testimony. But that part's still nagging at me.
Is this more of your detective's intuition? He's already been relocated. It's no use hassling me about it. And you kids should really get home too. You're gonna get in the way of police business.
What's gotten into you today? It's odd to see you taking work so seriously.
Come on! I'm always giving 110% when it comes to the job. You should get back to work too, Dojima-san. Your current assignment? Get better as soon as possible.
Is now the appropriate time to say that, like, one of the more popular GIFs I saw on Tumblr was, like, someone doing a redraw of some gay porn that was just, like, of Dojima and Adachi. I don't know why it was super popular. Like, obviously not, like, that popular, but it was, like, popular relative to, like, how much notoriety other fucking, like, Persona 4 content or Shin Megami Tensei content in general would get on Tumblr back in the day, so... This was, like, 2013 or 12 or 14, whatever, for the record.
What are you all doing here?
We came to confirm something with Adachi-san.
You should question Adachi. About when Yamano Venet... I guess it doesn't matter. We have to ask him both.
The time the announcer went missing? I can't say for sure offhand. It's not like I saw her or anything. It was months and months ago, too. My memory's kinda hazy that far back.
about Saki's interrogation.
Why wouldn't I question her? She discovered the announcer's body. But she didn't know much about it, so I only talked with her once or twice. Was that all you wanted to ask? Well, I hope it helped.
There's still something you need to question Adachi about. The warning letter! Oh my god.
Warning letter? The one that was delivered to his house. It's in police custody now, correct?
I don't really remember.
Hey, what do you mean you don't remember? I gave it to you to take down to the crime lab for processing. You're telling me you forgot?
I'm sorry. Your accident was right after that. And what with one thing and another, it sort of slipped my mind.
You know, truth be told, considering the shit that happened, can you blame him? I mean, he's lying, but...
That thing was just a prank, wasn't it? Jeez, what are you asking me all this for? For crying out loud, what's this all supposed to be about? Dojima-san, you really need to get back to your bed. That's why your wounds aren't healing. And you all need to go home right now. Do you have any idea what time it is?
No.
I'm going back. I need to get to the station and report in.
Just one more thing, please. We know for certain now that the first two murders weren't Namatame's doing. Someone else killed them. Adachi-san, do you have any idea who that might be?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
'Cause we think it might have been you.
Damn, just cards on the table, huh, Kanji?
What? That's ridiculous. We already know Namatame's the one who put them all in.
There we go. So this is the only reason that we ever, like... I mean, this is the smoking gun for Adachi. Honestly, it's very stupid. Very stupid, but whatever. Because if Adachi didn't say this, he could have just plausible deniability'd his way out of everything. And I get that Adachi's not meant to be, like, a perfect genius or anything, but, like, I find it's, like, a very, like, dumb slip-up to make, but, sorry, I'm being nitpicky. Let's move on. We got too much shit to get through.
What did you just say?
Put them all in. What's this putting them in business?
He's talking like such a, like, old man right now.
Do you know something about the method behind their murders? Don't tell me that all that talk about TVs and whatnot from before was...
Honestly, he still could plausible deniability his way out of it. He could just say, like, oh, didn't Namatame say he threw them in TVs? I thought that was gonna... You know what I mean? Nah, this is... Unfortunately for us, we know that this is, like, confirmation, but, like... At the same time, what could we do? Whatever.
I see. Now I finally understand. To tell the truth, Adachi-san, I've been fixated on something you once said.
Oh my god, again with the Naoto, like, aha! Secretly, this was the whole, like, it's really annoying.
Before I didn't know why, only that it sounded a wrong note to me. Do you recall when I read Namatame's diary? At the time, I said, even the victims who survived and were never released to the public are written here. And in response, your words were, wow, then that settles it. How, I wonder, would that settle anything? At the time, the police had no idea that there had been other attempted murders related to the case. You had no reason to say such a thing. After all, there are countless examples of people disappearing for a few days. Yet when I read the list of names, you raised no objection. Odd, that.
I've always thought this is a very oblique thing to, like, pin on him, but whatever.
What do you say to that, Detective Adachi?
I don't know. I said I'm busy!
Wait, you son of a bitch! Adachi! Ah, damn it! Adachi!
Namatame's hospital room. Adachi isn't here either.
What the? I swear he ran this way.
Damn it! Where the hell did he go?
Did you find him? I contacted security. Nobody's seen Adachi, and there's no record of anyone leaving this area.
Friendly remembly that there should be fucking security cameras that should have seen him. Okay, whatever.
So he must be still in this ward somewhere.
I guess you could argue, if you want to be a Redditor about it, maybe their, like, monitoring system isn't recording, it's just live feeding. Which I guess is possible, but that's still stupid. Whatever.
He's still here? But we looked! We didn't find him anywhere.
You would think a hospital would be, like, mandated to have recording. Ah, whatever. Fuck it.
That bastard.
Dojima-san? For heaven's sake, what are we going to do with you?
Sorry. I got carried away.
Do you even want to get better?
Oh my
if
god,
you
I'm
keep this up,
bored.
there could be lasting damages. Have you forgotten how much trouble it caused you last time?
You're right. Sorry.
Gomendasai.
You've got to find Adachi. I need to square this away with him. Please.
He hasn't left this ward yet? I don't think he would. But could he have...
Yeah, I think so. If he's the killer, he can go through, right?
You mean he went in through here?
We searched every inch in the direction he ran off. There's nowhere to hide. I don't think we could have missed him.
He was cornered. It's highly probable that he escaped there. If he does indeed turn up on the other side, that should prove beyond a doubt that he is the true culprit.
Damn. So I guess we were right. What do we do now?
Let's go tomorrow. Oh my god, do I actually get to go save?
I think it's too dangerous to go in from here. We're not 100% positive he used this TV, and on top of that, we don't know where it might lead. Let's go in from Jeunesse like always. It'll be fine. So long as we're ready for him, we'll crush that jerk in one strike.
The extremely suspicious detective, Adachi. You've taken another step closer to the truth. My god, this is like, what, the third rank up? Not even, it's the fourth. Jeez. However, free judgment Arcana experience for me. You split it for today and you all went back home. I don't think fuck I can save. I did not want to be... I honestly, I did not want to do any more of this. Well, I'll see you all in therapy. No, but really. Next time, we're going to be finishing up Cutscene City. God. Just so little gameplay has transpired. It's insane. I should be back to a normal recording schedule starting next week. I'm recording this Saturday night. I'll try to edit and upload by tomorrow, which is Sunday. I can't imagine I'll have any issues with doing that. And then, you know, it'll be back to recording Thursday, uploading Friday. I could, in theory, record another segment tomorrow, but I do not want to do that. But I guess the idea is not impossible to consider. I don't know. two segments uploaded in one day would be crazy talk, but if the moment fucking takes me, I'll consider it, but probably not. Anyways, I'll see you next time for when we confront Adachi and have genuinely a lot of discourse. I have a lot to say about Adachi, unfortunately. Unfortunately.